The record button. All right, you guys. Hi. It is August 13th, Teen Talk Tuesday. We are so excited to have all of your beautiful faces on here, or if you're listening to the recording, I can't see your beautiful face, but it's there. So hello. So first, let's start off with some highs. I would love to hear some highs, Juice Plus and non-Juice Plus related, that you guys had in this last week. So fire them away.
I got some.
Yeah.
I did our second week of the salad prep, and a lot more people are interested. They couldn't make it this week, so I think next week's gonna be really big.
Cool.
So I'm excited to make more connections that way. And I got 2 orders this week. One, my aunt, she saw my link and she ordered without even telling me. I got the email, your customer ordered, and I was like, okay, hey.
That's awesome.
So yeah, it's pretty cool.
I love that. That's awesome. Great momentum.
So
I love
cool.
that. You're putting all that good energy out into the world.
The seeds have been planted.
I know. They've been planted and it's harvest season.
Yeah. Harvest season's my favorite.
But it really does, right? Like it really does.
Oh, it totally does. Yeah, we can tell you guys from being in the business all these years, it is like that always.
And I feel like it's a reflection of our consistency, right? So like somebody was saying, it's not what you do. Like they said, if you decide to take a month off or whatever, like you're going to feel that in your business for 90 days. Like anything you do is going to reflect over the next 90 days. Whether if you do a lot, the next 90 days is going to be action packed, right? But if you do nothing, it's going to be crickets.
Yeah.
And I just thought that was so interesting. I thought, yeah, you're right. It does last longer than a day, right? Like it actually is a lot longer. Anyway, that's an awesome high. I love that. So Nikki told me that her salad prep is by the track. So like anyone who's running on the track sees what they're doing. And so they're all, hey, what's going on?
So smart. Oh my God, that's so
right?
smart.
Yeah. Isn't that awesome?
That's genius.
So
I love that.
Yes. So my high is that I like the last 2 Mondays have been killer. Like I have been rocking everything on my Mondays. And then Tuesday hits and it's like I'm recovering from Monday. I don't really know what's happening. Like I need to get more consistent with it and then Wednesday hits and I'm like good again. But like every Tuesday it seems to be like really like low energy compared to Monday. I don't know what's going on. So we're going to work on that with some affirmations tonight too. But anyway, Sabria, what's your high for the week?
Well,
I see you're doing a lot. Yeah, you're doing a lot. So we want to hear it.
So Saturday I shot a video, a promo video, like music video for my barbecue sauce. And that went really, really well. I'm super excited to see what the finished product is gonna look like. It was super awesome. And so in the barbecue sauce is like, it's not new, but it is new. I know last time I probably was on here, I was just talking about bling, but the barbecue sauce is back. She's back. And then I also had my very first speaking engagement on Sunday, and that went really well as well. I ended up, so I was at a church, and I really thought that I was gonna like be giving my testimony, but the preacher did not preach, and it was just me. So
no way. Yeah. Wait, like no heads up. You just was like, well, it's the Sabria show. Like
no heads up. I kept looking at the program like, okay, when is the pastor gonna preach? So yeah, she told me that I would be speaking for about 30 to 40 minutes, but I didn't realize that I was like the keynote like speaker for the day. So that it went really well though. I was prepared, praise God. So I don't know. I don't know what my next one will be. I'm super excited about what God is doing.
That is so cool. That is so cool. I love that.
Yeah.
All right, Kristen, you're up.
Guys, I've truly been having a hard time thinking past like yesterday, but a really big high is that we got Lucy to 1. I mean, that's a big deal. Her first birthday was on Sunday, and like, right? Like you're like, we did it. The first year of life, it's the hardest until they turn 13, and then that's the hardest. But So that was like a really big deal. And also because we had like a lot of people coming over and stuff. So the party was amazing. It went perfect. Lucy didn't cry. Max cried. So that's just, one child always cries. But so that was great. But I'm more importantly looking forward because I don't know what happened the last like 5 days. Like literally don't know. I don't know what's going on. But I have one of my top prospects. I have a meeting with her on Thursday, and I'm super excited about that.
That's exciting.
Yeah.
And you're taking off on vacation soon too, right?
We are, yeah. We're going to down to North Carolina for like 2 weeks, but I'm not. I mean, you guys will still hear from me every day.
Right.
I don't really go on vacation, and I'm actually going to be meeting with some of you who may remember her, Brittany Wilson, who is on our team, just isn't super active right now. I'm actually finally going to meet her in person. She's going to come visit us at the beach, which is crazy because I feel like I've known her for like my whole life, but we've only known each other through Zoom and this business. So I finally get to meet her. She's coming to visit my family at the beach, and I'm super, super stoked about that.
That's so cool. Is that the one that you were telling? No, there's somebody else.
So I also have a prospect who I've been prospecting.
This is what I thought you would share.
Yeah. So I have a prospect that I met at the beach. So I go to the same gym every year when we're at the beach. It's my like little getaway off the island for an hour or two. And I always prospect people when I go to the gym. So I met this girl 2 years ago, friended her on Facebook, and I've been building this relationship with her literally over the last 2 years. We talked about Juice Plus. She's been interested, kind of on the fence. Well, I have like 2 dates with her when we're down there to work out, and then we're also going to go grab lunch one day together. So it's been like 2 years in the making. So I'm super excited.
That's so cool. I think that part is so cool right there, is just the dripping process. The relationship building, not dripping, shining. My bad.
Yeah,
little
totally.
Slip right there.
I know.
Awesome. Well, good. All right, let's kick off tonight's call.
Yes. I'm really excited to talk about this because this is true for all of us, like me, Kelsey, everybody. But we kind of want to talk about how, we go through our business and we kind of get into this routine and this habit of doing like the same thing every day. And it works, right? It works for a long time. And we're like, cool, like my business is trucking, it's working. And then it kind of doesn't. And that happens to all of us, whether you have kind of run through your warm market or you've kind of gotten into a funk or you just need to change something up. So what we're going to talk about tonight is we're going to kind of have a little bit more of an interactive discussion because I really want you guys thinking about this is what is something that each and every one of us can do personally this week, to change the trajectory of our business. So I really want you guys to think about one thing that you can actively do that is going to challenge you in your business. So for example, if you have, I'm going to use, Rachel's not on right now. I know she'd be fine if I use this as an example. I'm going to use her as an example because we had this conversation yesterday. Rachel is like so good at social media, but she hasn't brought on anybody direct in a while. And so we were having a conversation last night about like, she has to change something, right? Like what she's doing clearly isn't working right now because she's hit a wall where she hasn't brought on anybody new. And so like she has to change something. And so it's like, okay, so like, what are you going to change to make that different? Are you going to set up a vendor event, something that scares you? Are you going to make a list of 5 people that you are, want to share the business with, but you're afraid of, and have your upline help you reach out to them? Are you going to, go sit at a coffee shop and try and talk to somebody randomly? Like what is one thing that you can do this week that's going to be different than what you've been doing, that scares you a little bit, that pushes your business to that next level? So I want to kind of open it up and kind of hear from you guys. What is maybe a challenge that you are incurring with your business? Maybe there's a roadblock. Maybe there's just like a little hump you're trying to get over, or something that you want to do with your business. And let's kind of talk about what one thing that you can do is to set yourself in that right direction.
I know Nikki and I were talking about this earlier.
Yes,
so she's
I was going to say,
share.
I was unmuting myself. Thank you very much. No, I think for me, it's there's people who I really want on my team, and I think I'm too intimidated to ask them and hear no. Like there's people that I know like would be so good at this, and I think it's just finding the perfect wording or waiting on the perfect time, and I need to just do it.
I love it.
I
Yeah.
just need to bring it up. Yeah.
Cool. Okay. And I love that, because that really, truly, even though it's something really, really scary, that's actually something really, really simple. So what's the one thing that you can do this week to change that?
Just talk to them. Let them know how awesome it's been for me, and all these people I have in my mind are fitness related people. So like it goes so well hand in hand with what we're trying to do, helping people. So
Yeah.
it's just so easy, but to hear no from those people that you really like value is just scary.
Well,
Do you remember though, Nikki, that you told me no probably 3 times?
Yeah.
I mean, just throwing that out there. No, so it is. It's scary, right? And especially when you think so highly of them and they're fitness professionals, and you're thinking, oh shoot,
and you have to see them every day.
And you have to see them again, right? Okay, so that's when you have to, one, be really disconnected from the outcome, but mostly like what you were talking about earlier when we were messaging. You said that you felt like you didn't have a business story to share.
Yeah.
And that, saying like, oh, hey, just come do this with me. Like, we'll try to do this together. Like, didn't sound as exciting as if you already had a success story. So I kind of wanted to Christy Nix that and dive into that a little bit because I think that's the story you're telling yourself.
Mm-hmm.
And I think we definitely need to change that and shift that, even if it's just a little tweak, because you need to, one, see that you are a business owner, and two, you do have customers, right? You have people that are trusting you with their health already. And so find the confidence in that, but 3, have the confidence in the company that you keep, and know that you don't have to be a millionaire, right? Kristen and I are not millionaires, but yet and it's not about us, but we share the hope and the promise of what this opportunity is, and that excitement, right? Because we get fired up about that. I mean, you're going to go to conference and you're going to be like, there's no stopping me now, right? But like you have an incredible company that you're sharing with somebody. You have an incredible product that you're sharing with somebody that will change their health. And if they really are coachable in the business, and they are consistent, right? The consistency is key. Then they will be successful in the business. Now, what is success? What is success to you?
Like personally, to me?
Yeah.
Oh.
Like what would make you feel successful in it? Because so here was my thought when you said it earlier. Well, actually, just answer that question real quick. What would make you feel successful?
No, I know. I've rethought about anyways. For me, first of all, in the business, obviously spreading health, like that's what we're here for. I want to help as many families as possible. Especially the clients that I work so closely with at the gym. And then second would be helping my family financially.
Okay. So what would that dollar amount be to you?
For me, I mean, right now, like an extra $500 a month would be nice, but like ideally.
So 500 consistently. If you were making a paycheck at $500 every single month, you would feel successful, like you've totally made it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, for now.
Well, it's different for everyone, right? That is a huge difference. To be a stay-at-home mom and have a steady paycheck of $500 a month can be a make it or break it for any family. It can be a mortgage payment, it can be a car payment, it can be anything, right? Childcare, so that way they stay alive longer. It could be anything. So 2 months ago, no, last month, I think, or 2 months ago, you said you wanted to have a higher paycheck than you'd ever had. And did you look at that at the end of the month?
Well, I think I'm getting there this month, but not
So, okay. So that's what I was going to point out though. But what came with that? What have you already been doing differently?
Just more consistent. I mean, obviously, like I'm meeting more people here now, like starting to finally make connections and have conversations in person versus just messaging.
Okay.
Yeah, just meeting new people and staying on it and sharing, those low hanging fruit posts a lot more.
Okay. So what I'm hearing then
And
is
me
that,
personally
oh yeah,
sharing my shred. Like day
yes.
1, this is what I did. Day 2, this is what I did.
Mhm.
That is where I saw the most success because people knew that I was doing it with them, and I was sharing recipes, and they're like, "Oh, okay, I got an idea of what to do."
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. So that is different than what you have been doing in the past, right? So you were taking different action. So already, like you said, you are going to have a higher paycheck this month than you've ever had. You are being consistent as a business owner. Your doors are officially open because they're not open if you're not consistent. So you're officially open for business. You have been consistent this month. You're building a community and you're being duplicatable, or you're showing duplication, right? By doing those low hanging fruit posts and by sharing your experience. Okay. So all of that, it doesn't matter what happened before the month of August because all of that is in the past. So right now, when you share the business, you can share that it is an amazing product partnered with an incredible business opportunity. I've made my biggest paycheck ever this month. I'm being consistent and I'm forming a community of people who are wanting to change their lives and change their health. And that is the game changer, right? Yeah. So saying that this is your biggest paycheck ever. And if you make that a goal to be bigger the following month and bigger you can always use that in your story, right? But your story doesn't have to be, oh, I've made $10,000 last month, right? You just get to say, I've made my biggest paycheck ever. And I did it being brand new in a new place after moving and having 2 kids and being a busy mom. Like this business is simple if you are consistent, if you build community and you're duplicating, right? So I want you to forget what has happened before August of 2019. I want you to focus on this month and how many new customers you've had this month and what your paycheck looks like this month. And I want you to, let's come up with an affirmation around that. Kristen, do you have any suggestions? I know you do a lot of the image affirmations. So what would be a really solid business affirmation that she could say every day that would help to really build that confidence in the business opportunity? Because one of mine that I always say whenever I start to doubt or whenever I can feel the jitters of like, oh, somebody just messaged me. Oh, they're probably canceling their order. Right?
I'm not gonna lie, I did that today. I did that today. And I was like, and they didn't. They wanted to add shakes to it.
Right. I did that thought. And then I opened it. And before I opened it though, I did that thought. And then I was like, no, she is loving her experience and people want what we have and they need it. And I opened that and that was the quad order with the bars and the shakes.
Yeah.
So I was like, boom. Okay. It is all the mindset, right?
So one of my favorite affirmations that I probably should use more lately right now, I'd actually taken it off my list for a while, is every negative thought is immediately replaced with 3 positive ones. So as soon as you think like, oh, this person isn't going to want it, or like, oh, my story isn't good, you immediately be like, stop. This person absolutely wants what I have. My story is amazing and it's growing. I have a great opportunity to share. And like, you can kind of go from there. And it like shifts your head.
One of my favorite things that I used to share in a line with that I used to share when I was sharing the business and I was new, was that they would say, because people sometimes are a little tacky and they'll be like, well, how much do you make? You're like, so I would always tell them, it doesn't matter how much I make. What matters, because this isn't about me, this is about you. And what you make, even if I am your upline, you can totally surpass my paycheck. So it doesn't matter what I make, it matters what you do. And that helped in those awkward situations where you're like, ugh. But if you say that with that confidence and be like, I'm not making you an income claim and it's not about me, it is about you and it is about what you want to build for your family.
Yeah.
Then it's done.
I love that response too. So I'll post some of these in our chat, but another one that I love that I have on my list is my positive electric energy engulfs everyone I'm around. It makes them better, more optimistic, and causes them to see my business in a magnificent way. They become very interested in what I am doing. So that's one of the ones that I really like, because a lot of mine are about like energy and attracting people. Let's see. Oh no, that's not one. That would be a weird one for you. It's about my marriage. You don't need that affirmation.
You don't know. Don't judge.
I know. I mean, one of my favorite ones of all time, I'm in the right place, the right activity. I'm in the right place at the right time, engaged in the right activity.
Yep. Yep. And everything works out more
exquisitely better than I could have planned.
Yes. Everything works out exquisitely better than I could have planned. So let's post these. Let's post a couple of these up, and then you can do, you guys, the affirmations, you don't have to have, it's not like some voodoo thing. It's not some cult. It's not some like chanting with candles, right? Like it is just getting your brain to really start believing the things, because you have 10,000 thoughts in a day. You have to start feeding it the really good things multiple times a day. Otherwise, those the tape you've been playing in your head over and over, the self-doubt and the whatever, that is what's going to run your day, and that's what's going to run your business. But if you start interrupting that tape with these thoughts, and Porter asked me the other day, he was like, Mom, what are you like saying? Because I was like saying it in the car over and over because I was getting really frustrated with the situation. And so I kept just saying this one thing over and over. And he was like, what are you doing? And I was like, okay. So I explained it to him, but, and he was like, oh, so that's like whenever I say I can't do things all the time and you're telling me that I can. I'm like, right. And he goes, so if I just say I can do it, then I can. And I'm like, yeah. And he goes, so like, I used to do that all the time at school. I would say that I was going to get like a 70 on an AR test, and I would get like a really bad grade. He's like, but then I would say, I'm going to get 100% on this AR test. And he's like, and I'd get 100%. Right. Change your thoughts and the action, like everything follows. Anyway, sorry. Did you have one other one, Kristen?
No, those are I'm actually in the process of redoing my affirmations because I haven't been great about them lately, guys. And I will tell you, it is affecting me. Like, so I know that I need to do them. Like I was telling Kelsey today, I feel this struggle with my brain, like fighting with my brain, where my brain is like, I'm lazy and I'm motivated. And I'm like, no, you're not. Since when are you lazy and unmotivated? Like, get to work. And it's like, okay, I'm getting to work. Oh, but I'm like, no, back to work. like literally, that's what is going on in my brain lately. So I'm like, I just know that I have to change some of my affirmations because they really, really help me.
And it is an ongoing battle. Clearly, we're not perfect, but
yeah.
Cool.
Can I just add a quick tip for that? So y'all, and I should do this. So with Juice Plus, I need to add some affirmations. But every morning, if you take a dry erase marker, I don't know if I said this before or not, but write on your bathroom mirror, and then you have like you can change them as you need to. So mine are just I ams. They're not long because I have a whole like 3 columns of I ams on my mirror. So that's another way so that you look at them every morning or every day. They're on your mirror and you can change them out when you need to.
I like that.
Yeah.
I was told at one point that like putting them on Post-it notes around the house or putting them in your mirrors was like not acceptable. But I will tell you that when I did that, so when I was pushing for SSC and for Q, I did that. I had it on my mirror and I saw it every day, whether or not I actually read it every day. And I think that was a game changer. And I have stopped doing that and I have struggled, right? So I don't think it's necessarily that it has to be on your mirror to like make us feel good with hearts and everything, right? But it has to be in a place that you will see it. So if you don't look at the mirror that often, then maybe that's not your place. But like Stacy, you could write it on the windows in the tractor. No, I'm kidding. I'm totally kidding. She'd be like, heck yeah. Yeah. So cool. Okay, cool. We only have a few minutes left, but Sabria and Stacy, what are you feeling? Like, what can you do? So Kristen's thing is, what are you going to do this week that will change the trajectory of your business? So what's something different that you can do this week, an action thing that you can do differently?
Actually, today I talked to our pharmacist, which I've been like, that was one of those things. I don't want to talk to him about this, but the last couple of weeks I've been messaging him and asking him if I could send him something. And he actually, I think it was last week's Wellness Wednesday, he joined. And so I kept asking him if he had watched it. No, he didn't get the invite. And so finally he did. And he said, well, I'll watch it, but you're probably not going to like what I tell you. And I'm like, okay, that's fine. I don't care. So then today I had messaged him this morning and asked him if he had watched. And he said, yeah, call me on your lunch break.
You're like, oh no.
I know. today's the day I have lunch with a lady from church. And so I didn't get to call him. So at 1 o'clock, I sent him a message and said, I forgot to call you. You want me to call you now or after work? And he's like, no, you can call me now. So I called him at the pharmacy and we talked for probably 15 minutes. And he's just like, you know, I understand what they're saying. And he just told me, you know, I learned all this stuff in school, you know, it's what you eat and blah, blah, blah. And he said, I'm not saying I want to order it or anything, but I'm not saying I don't disagree with it, you know, but so many people take supplements. And I said, hold on, it's not a supplement. It has a nutrition label. Well, that's something I need to see the label. And I said, I will send you a picture. And so I'm sending pictures of the label and on the omegas. And then he's like, you know, my wife's tried these weight loss things. I'm like, no, this isn't a weight loss product. It's not what it's for. And so I'm explaining all this to him. So I've sent him lots of information and like research and all of that. And I haven't heard back from him yet, but that was like my big, I got to talk to the pharmacist.
Awesome. That's awesome. You should connect him with Casey Schloss's story.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm talking about?
Mm-mm.
Okay. I'll send it to you.
It's good.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll send it. I'm going to write that down right now to send that to you.
Okay.
But she's a pharmacist. Her and her husband were both pharmacists turned awesome Juice Plus NMD brewers. So,
Yes, to share
okay.
that with him.
So what area? So you're going for SSC right now, Stace. So, Brighton's crying. You're going for SSC, which means that you need team, right?
Yeah.
So what can we do this week that would be different than, you know, like we've done connection calls in the past. We haven't done very many of them lately, but we have done connection calls in the past. So whether it's connection calls, whether it's messaging differently, like I have your list of 5 today, so I'm going to get that. So whether it's an event, a verbiage, what was the other thing you said, Kristen? You said an event, verbiage, and there was a third suggestion you offered. I don't remember.
Event, verbiage, it's like a vendor table.
Vendor, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, just something that's out of your comfort zone that's different than what you've been doing. That's just going to kind of like shake things up for your business.
So think on that.
Okay.
And then how are the affirmations coming?
Good. I've been doing them every day, at least 2 or 3 times a day. So
Good. See, and you got that courage to talk to the pharmacist today. That's perfect.
right.
That's awesome.
Yeah. I just need some team.
Nice farmer's tan, Porter.
Oh, he got the wicked sunburn. Turn around, Port. Show him your sunburn. Oh, they saw it. Here, yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
Oh, geez.
I hear. I'll come get her in a minute. I think she probably just fell out of bed. It's fine. It's fine. She, no, on the couch. Go. All right. Awesome. Sabria, I know you've got a lot on your plate, girl, but what are you going to do different? I know that you had told me in the past you want to do Tower Garden orders every month, but what do you want to do different for your Juice Plus business this month? That's going to change the direction of your business.
Probably revisit the no's that I don't want to call them no's, but the maybes and the I don't knows and the, you know, the people that I reached out before, because I know in the past you guys have told us that, you know, sometimes you have to continually expose people to it and, you know, not necessarily saying pushing to get that yes, but they need to see it more than one time or hear about it more than one time in order to, you know, make a decision or really kind of like hone in on what I'm trying to tell them.
Oh yeah, like 7 to 9 or some ridiculous number of exposures for sure. And so even inviting them, so every other Wednesday we have a Facebook event that's been going on called Wellness Wednesday, and each time it's a different topic. And so maybe inviting them to one of those events and then following up with them. I think really the key is the consistency of have you done TeamZ? Have you checked that out yet?
I don't know.
Oh, girl, TeamZ will change not just your Juice Plus life, but it will change everything. You will be long past the days of sticky notes, and you will be all all about Teamsy. But it is a personal assistant. It is a personal assistant that sends you reminders on who you need to be talking to. All you have to do is log into it every day, and it tells you who to talk to.
And it's an app.
It has a mobile friendly version, but I'll send you the link. It's just teamzy.com, TEAMZY.com, and we can chat offline about that. I'll send you a training to watch.
Okay.
So actually, is it in the app yet, guys? I'm so sorry. I don't know if I have updated with that call. I am behind you guys. I will be the first to admit that the summer has kicked me in the tuchus as far as staying up to date on tech stuff. So I'm all about the Teamsy and the conversations right now, but I have dropped the ball on our app and keeping that updated each week. So I apologize. I did make a mental note today that I need to get back on that. So I will do that. All right. I completely forgot, because if your camera is turned off, then I don't see you. So
yeah, I was just, well, and also because we were
out.
running out of time, so I wanted to kind of like get in there with them. Yeah.
You guys, I'm so sorry. I didn't see that you were there, but I love all of the comments on the side. I'm reading it right now.
These are awesome.
Yeah. Oh, we don't have the Teamsy recorded on here. Okay. I'll get that updated and sent out to you. And that's what you watch. All right, cool. Is there anything we need to respond to right here?
I was just responding. I was just kind of giving some more specific clarity. And so, okay, so Daisy was saying like follow up and connections and stuff. So Daisy, my suggestion for you is like follow up and wait, let me scroll back up my notes here. Okay, send out invites and following up. I know that you're doing that anyway, and I know that that is something that you need to do this week. But what I want you to do is try and do something totally different than that. Like plan an event, go ask somebody to set up a vendor table, ask somebody to partner with you to host an event for moms or like something, whatever it is, like something different than like what we're all currently doing. So what I'm trying to do is just getting us to like play bigger, you know what I mean? Awesome, an event Saturday, good. So just different than what we've been doing, you know what I mean? That's gonna kind of push us out to that comfort zone. So great, like setting up Teamsy, awesome. You're gonna message some people about connection calls. I'll help you with that. That's awesome, you guys. Good.
It's gonna be an awesome week. You guys, August is on fire so far. Like we have added almost as many orders in the first half of August as we did in the whole month of July. So that's awesome.
Yeah.
That is awesome. People want what we have. They need it and they want it. And we just have to open our mouths and share it with them. That's it. And then we have to be consistent about that. We have to continue to plant those seeds. So that way they'll be watching, and that's another exposure, and they might come to an event. They might peek in on a conversation, right? But they're watching, and the consistency is what is going to pay off on all of those seeds.
Yeah.
And I don't mean consistency as in going back to the same 5 people and being like, are you ready to order? Are you ready? Like, that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about continuing to plant seeds and just being consistent on social media, consistent with events, consistent with following up once in a blue moon, like the Teamsy style. Once you watch the Teamsy training, you will understand what I mean by follow up.
Yeah.
Cool. All right. I know we kept you late. I'm so sorry.
Awesome. You guys, thanks so much. I'm really excited. And seriously, if there is something that you're scared to do, then you probably should do it. Reach out to your upline because we will hold your hand. We'll support you. We'll give you the verbiage. We just want you guys to be successful. And that's what we're here for. All right, you guys have an amazing, amazing, amazing week. We'll talk to you guys later.
Bye.
Bye.